So we're right now we're on a west-facing slope, correct?
Northwest.
Okay, northwest. We are surrounded by Cherokee National Forest. We're in the, how do you pronounce it? Ocoee?
Ocoee.
Ocoee Watershed, tributary of Greasy Creek, or is that Greasy Creek I'm looking at right there out in there?
Greasy Creek down here.
Okay, so that's Greasy Creek. Okay, so all of the ones that were in the forest, because I remember in the first video,
right.
First thing was in here, I took, and you say 3, and then
They're still there, but there are 3 there.
Okay, and then I remember 2 here, and then up here, and so all of the ones that are in that video of 4 years ago are still alive.
Yes, they're doing well. Well, this is a steep slope. There are 2 Torreyas from my Woodlanders purchase several years ago, planted up here. And I've added a few more that are from Blairsville seeds. I've not been up to look at those lately because they're rather steep up there. But I think everything's doing well here.
And then there's that hemlock grove behind you.
Yes, there's a hemlock grove right there.
And no woolly adelgids yet.
Not yet. I'll keep a watch on it.
Okay. And then how many down here towards the cabin?
There are 3 or 4. We'll have to go look. There are 3 on the left side of the road over here, behind the house. And then there are 2 in the front yard of the cabin.
Oh, look at all the Christmas ferns you've got along here.
Yep.
Are these ones you planted, or?
Some I did, some were here.
Mm-hmm.
I augment existing populations to kind of beef them up.
Right. And point the direction, where is the open canopy Torreya Bowl that you and Jack created?
That's probably 4/10 of a mile back into the woods.
Oh, good. Okay, so that's a totally new site since I was here for it.
Been back there.
Okay, great. All right, so we're going to start up here first. Is that what we're going to do?
If you want to go up and look at the individual trees, we
Yes.
can.
Oh, yeah.
Well, come on.
All right.
You'll need your stick. It's treacherous.
Okay.
You were here in 2014?
2015, 4 years ago.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this has been here for 4 or 5 years. This is from Woodlanders, South Carolina. It's been here about 4, maybe 5 years, I don't know, but it's doing very well and it has had absolutely no attention.
That's good, because if there's no attention and it's doing this beautifully, it means A, it likes it here because it's gorgeous, and I've just done a close-up and I see no herbivory. Is that possible?
No, none of my outplanted trees have been eaten by anything at any time, only the ones that were behind a wire cage.
Wow, how do you account for that?
Beats me.
Do you ever see any deer on your property?
I have only seen one, but it was magnificent. It had, all the antlers.
Right. Now, is that because we're really rural here, and so deer hunting is the way people get meat?
You hear gunfire up here all the time, so yes, I think that keeps the population at bay.
You know what's really interesting? That's what we're discovering, and so what we really need for this tree are private properties like yours in very rural areas where deer are controlled, versus Torreya State Park in Florida. The deer are overpopulated there because there can't be any hunting there.
Yes, I was scared to death by a small group of deer when I was there. We weren't probably 30 feet apart, but all of a sudden there's a large noise out in the woods when you're by yourself. It was spooky.
Yeah, and did you see any of the original diseased trees there?
I only found one in the forest, and it obviously had been planted fairly recently. It was
right.
in good condition. The other ones on the property, the only other ones I've seen on the property, have been planted up by the house, the gift shop, so forth, and those look hideous.
Okay. What year was that you went and visited?
A couple years ago.
Yeah, okay. So after I was there last.
Yeah, it was after you were there.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna do a close-up of this one here, and we're gonna take a look.
Nice vertical growth last year.
Yeah. Wow. That is really, really healthy. So show me the top of where the vertical growth was when you planted this out from its pot. Where would that have been?
We would have to look at the original video you did. Maybe half this height, I don't know.
You know, I will paste that in. Jeez. This is perfection. And it's got 5. You got 5 laterals coming out. Look at this. This is a 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. The buds that are coming out here, you've got 5 up there. They're going to come out again this spring. And let's see here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 years of growth here. Down here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, this has a very nice shape.
Yeah. And obviously it's too small to show any.
No, my largest one hasn't declared a gender yet.
Yeah.
Maybe this year.
And what kind of deciduous trees are right around us here?
There are birch. There are probably some hickory up here. I really don't know.
Okay.
I have not done much work on this area.
All right. I see a beech leaf here.
There are beech trees, quite a few here.
Yeah.
Hemlocks over here,
This.
30 feet from us.
Oh, this looks like a hickory here. Yep.
And there's some oaks.
Yep. Oh, let me see this oak here. Yeah, okay, so you got a red or black oak in there.
Some kind of oak.
Yep. Yep. And look at this. Look at this beautiful Christmas fern here. All right. Little Tori, may the forest be with you.
And with your spirit. This is here on your initial visit.
Okay.
It has a very odd growth habit. It looks almost like a cutting grown.
Okay, let me come over there.
It doesn't have a clear vertical. You can come see it. It's an odd shape.
And so this is one that I filmed before 4 years ago, and this one definitely is cutting grown, and part of the way I could tell that, I don't know if I can, probably too close to see it, but from down on the very bottom part here, you can see that this stem goes underground from here, and then it comes across, and then there's nothing here, and it goes 90 up. But it looks very healthy. The needles are what I've seen when they get really good sun, is they don't lie flat necessarily. They kind of come up in all directions. Or maybe that's just a sense of this thinking it's a branchlet, but it doesn't know what happens when it goes towards vertical. But it's a beautiful, beautiful little Tori. So oh, look at that white pine right there. That's a beauty. And then here's the hemlock grove behind here. So where's the next Tori?
Upslope here.
And but it's not as old as these, right?
No, these that we're going to see are from seeds that you gave me on that visit.
Oh, okay. So they're just 4 years old. We'll go see. All right, well, Clint, I have for you a package of 2014 seeds harvest.
Oh, wonderful.
These are 40 seeds. Pack them in wet sphagnum moss. Torreya taxifolia. As the video shows, exactly 4 years ago, March 2015. It's March 2019 now. So, a lot of growth. Just 4 years after planting and before the next growth spurt happens this spring, one vertical up and then 3 laterals put out, one more vertical up, and the upper tier, the laterals, the only real laterals that came out have been a total of 3 growth spurts on it. So yes, this is definitely growing twice a year. It's putting out growth spurts. Very good germination on this. But what I also find fascinating is that there you can see the top of where the first year it came up to there, and then the laterals went out from there, 3 of them. But then it went and it filled in on the original stem. It filled in a couple laterals here that have had 2 growth spurts. This is amazing. So I think it really likes where it is, and look at that beautiful leader growth there on it. It looks like it's how many is it there? 3, 4. So it's going to put out 4 laterals this spring, and I assume it might go up again at the end of the summer, and then keep extending there. This is happy. All right, so Clint is up over there by that log. There he is. We're going to go and take a look at another one.
Connie is excited about this one. I'll let her tell you.
What excites me about this is the same age, Blairsville, as the one we just saw. And first of all, there's no basils coming out. But when I look at the growth form and what it's achieved just since being put into a pot, in the potting soil, 4 years ago, and having to germinate and then grow, it's had 1, 2, 3 verticals going up. The first tier of laterals here have a total of 3 growth spurts on them. And just like that other one, it put out a couple other that aren't going to be branches, but they're just photosynthesizing really from the original vertical stem burst up to here. Here's where the first, and then so there you can see a second year, and then 4 that came out. And unlike the other one, this one has also got a vertical on there, and when I took a close look, it has 4, not only 4 lateral buds that are getting ready to go, but it has a terminal bud that is also getting ready to go. And I've just never seen that before that I can recall. In the spring when I film these things, it's either the laterals that are going to go out, or it's the apical leader in there, the center one heading vertical that goes up, and then the laterals would do it later in the summer. This one is doing everything in the spring. And when you look down at it, it probably did it there and probably did it there, since this had to take a year to germinate. 2015?
I'm going to say yes. I had some that germinated after one winter in stratification.
And you would have outplanted those before the others. So this is probably one of those, because I just don't see how you can get this much growth.
This is one of the original 2014 seeds. You brought them in 15.
Right, but they couldn't have come up any time earlier.
I think it took 2 years to germinate.
Well, it is. Maybe it's getting 3 growth spurts in here, but I've just never seen anything this fast. It likes it here. So here, I'm going to show where we are. Here you can see this area here could have some erosion, but the sword ferns are holding it well, and these little sapling little trees here, plus what's up there. That almost looks like a liriodendron. Could that be a
It very well could be.
Yeah, liriodendron has the same mycorrhizae as the Polystician Christmas ferns and as the Torreys. And we've got this wonderful rotting log here that's really helpful for holding everything in place. And so now I'm going to look over in this direction. This looks, I would guess that's a liriodendron. They've lost all their seeds already, but here we can see this is looking south. And so again, we're on a northwest facing slope. Okay, we were just on that hill up there, straight back. Came down the driveway here. Here's the cabin. A couple deciduous trees here. And look at this. Talk to us about this one.
This is from Woodlanders. It's apparently a seed-grown tree. It was one of the original 10 that I purchased.
Okay, going a little close here, and then I'm going to take a close look and see if there's something I want. Wow, that's a lot of vertical growth last year. Take a close look. This one has never been watered?
No, it was set out here about the time you were here in 2015. I've never done a thing to it.
Just so happy. Yeah, this upper is at least 6 inches, and then coming out at the top there, it's got 4 laterals that buds are going to burst and go out again. The inner terminal will probably go up again in the summer, but it's not like the one I just looked at where they're both the terminal going vertical and all the laterals are going to burst within a month or so. Now what's interesting here is this farthest low branch out there, I counted it has 4 growth spurts on it. But you can see this is just a beautifully symmetrical, very happy tree, absolutely no herbivory. Oh, and there we can see there's the floodplain of Greasy Creek out there. And so what's the direction? Oh, right here.
North.
Right, but we got another one right there.
Yeah, that's the second one
Okay.
on this slope.
Okay.
That's also from Woodlanders.
Okay, and point to the third one. Where's the third one?
It's straight ahead of me.
Okay, good. So we'll go see this one next. Oh, and I'll do a vertical here. This is entirely deciduous here. There's Clint off by that one. How does that one look, Clint?
You're going to be excited if that other one with 4 laterals and a terminal bud excited you.
Okay, I'm coming.
Another one here.
All righty. Yes, this is very exciting. Here's a top down on the top, which grew about 4 inches vertically last year, but what we can see here, there are 4 laterals ready to burst. You can see some green in there, and the terminal. So just like that other one at the very top of the slope, this one is really happy. It's going to be putting out laterals and terminal at the same time, something I'm not used to seeing. There's 3 growth spurts on the oldest ones, but you can see how many of them there are. There's just a lot here. So, oh, I can see it from here. Clint, we're going over there to see the third one, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is the third and last that I documented 4 years ago on this particular upslope. This one is growing at a strange angle. The branch coming to on the left upslope, the tip of it was under some leaves and actually some soil on it, but that's 4 growing seasons there. None of the ones on that side have any buds ready to burst on these lateral branches on the tips. There are over at the higher level here. There's one even that has a triplet on it. But what's interesting is that whatever the situation was in terms of what's making it kind of crazy looking in this direction, it's finally established a very strong, perfectly vertical presence right there. Would have done that last year. And when I did a top down looking at the top, it's got 4 buds that are going to be bursting this spring laterally, but it's not going to go up again. The terminal bud is not getting ready to burst, but I'm sure it'll do it at the end of summer because these Torreys love being here. They definitely get 2 growth spurts a year, maybe more. All right, Clint, where are we going to go next?
The rest of the original plantings are on this side, behind the cabin and here and here.
Okay, Clint, tell us about this. This is your biggest tree.
This is how I got started in this whole crazy business. This was gifted to me by a friend in Pensacola. It's been here about 5 or 6 years now and has done very well. It's had some sporadic watering over the time, but nothing consistent, and has never had any issues.
Wow, okay. Well, actually, I'll take a look at the base here and go up it, and then we'll take a close look.
Probably close to 4 feet tall.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the base, and from what I can see, it's about 1 inch diameter. It's starting to get a little bit of that, of what ultimately the trunks look like on the beautiful brown and a bit fluted of the mature Torreyas. But at this angle, you can see how glossy and healthy the needles are and how often it's had growth spurts here. And then up at the very top there, let's see if I can get in on that. Wow, what is that, maybe 10 inches that it went up last year? And I'll see if I can get up there and take a look at what the very terminal buds look like up there, but this is just extraordinary. Let's take a look around. Here's, oh my gosh, here's a little baby too. Here's a baby polysticium. Here's another baby polysticium, and Clint says he has not planted them. They could have come down from those originals there, but again, they share the same mycorrhizae. And Clint, did you put this rock in to hold things here?
Probably.
Yeah, because that's nice.
That's something I do.
Yeah.
It helps hold.
Because this is a very steep slope. I'll see if I can get up there. Let's see, south would be looking in this direction, would be south.
Yeah.
All right, here's looking down on the top. It's going to put out 5 lateral buds, and it's also got its terminal that's going to go up another vertical section is ready to go too. So this is another one that it's not staggering. It's doing both. Every spring it's doing both. I saw out on this side here, there's a quintuplet coming out of the this one right here, very end, 5, triplet over here, But what's fascinating to me is I've seen this very rarely where it's been so healthy that you're not going to see it flat. It kind of angles up and down, giving it a little bit more of a thickness to, rather than what you see at the side. Let me look a little more here, and then I'm going to try to show that better here. Okay. So, all right, so here's, yeah, right there. Wow. I'd say that's a good 7, maybe 8 inches. Last year it went up. Again, 5 laterals that are going to be coming out of there, plus another vertical growth spurt. And then the next tier down looks like a good 10 or 11 inches right there in the center is a vertical amount. And then the next tier down, maybe 6 or 7 inches. And then the next tier down, maybe 6 or 7 inches. And then the next tier down, maybe 10 inches. And who knows what was before that. Again, that's about an inch thick in there. But look at how long these needles last for on here. Let's take this branch right here. Look how healthy thick those needles are on the first segment that grew out in that particular growth spurt. Then there was another growth spurt out, and it had a couple branches coming, or branchlets coming off of that. And then there was another growth spurt coming out. And then, so this would be the 4th in there, and that's the one that's got 5. Nope, not that one. That one's, I think, got 3. All right, there's the oldest, tallest Torreya we were just looking at. And now Clint's going to walk us over
This is another one of my original 10 from Woodlanders. It was planted somewhere in this vicinity when you were here in 2015, but I've moved it to this location because I just intuitively felt that this was going to be better for it. And it didn't turn a hair in the transplant.
Yeah, that is beautiful. So this is the same age as the 3 behind me on
Correct.
That slope? Okay,
They were all
Woodlanders.
planted at about the same time.
And again, this one shows just like the last one. I'll look at that. I'll take a close-up of the highest branchlet coming out on the left. And you can see the leaves point up sideways. They're just doing everything. And neither Clint nor I are going to go up here because it's very steep. We don't want to disturb the soil. And we're just grateful that it seems to enjoy where it is. And again, I was down there at the other one, somewhere down there. There's the cabin. And let's take a look up slope. Oh, there's some Christmas ferns. Wow, there's some beauties there. This is a white oak right here. Look at that. And what's that behind it? I don't know. But these are, look at the deciduous canopy that we have here. And so this is right by the cabin. I took some pictures of, or video of 4 years ago, is this little one here. I'm not going to go up onto there, but this is just to show where it is. And you can see a lot of deciduous there, but what I viewed as the landmark is right here, that stem in the middle. This is a little hemlock. It's doing fine, and it's quite a ways down slope from the hemlock grove back there. All right, so we just walked pretty much directly upslope from that little one right down there in the center of the picture. So Clint, tell us about who this is here.
This is another one of the original 10 Woodlanders trees.
And I filmed that 4 years ago. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go in close from here. It's a good place to do it. Looks happy.
Doesn't seem to be upset.
There's a terminal, green vertical up there, so that grew last year. No terminal bud ready to go this spring, but it's got 4 lateral buds as I recall. This first topmost group of radials here has total of 3 growth spurts heading outward. The radial group just below it has a total of 4 growth spurts going out. And there's been a total of 4 vertical growths on it from ground level. So here we are. Where do we go to next, Clint?
This way.
Okay, what are we going to see?
Wonderful things.
Okay.
Wonderful things. And then we end up at the Torreya Bowl.
Okay, Torreya Bowl. That will be new. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And so, Clint, you said Torreya Bowl's going to be back there?
No, the Torreya Bowl is back behind us a bit.
Oh, back behind it. We're just going out to
I just wanted to show you the rock outcropping here.
Yeah, and the north edge of the property
And
here.
this will get landscaped eventually and cleared, but I'm not to that point yet.
Yeah. All right, so we just cabin and the buildings are back there, and that's where we did all our Torreya filming. And walk back kind of a little valley area. And this is the second one out from all the buildings. And this one is where we're going to find Torreya Bowl.
This is the soon-to-be world-famous Torreya Bowl. It's kind of like a natural bowl here on the property. I'm planting Torreyas from different origins down here. 4 of each seed group that I have access to. So far I only have 2 different trees back here.
And the goal is to have a place with a lot of sun to maximize.
Right, while maintaining the natural forest canopy.
Right, and to maximize maturation to get to seed production.
Yes, with maximal genetic diversity.
Diversity, right.
Based on what we have access to currently.
All right, let's go see. We just walked up from down there. We're standing in the Torreya Bowl, just under construction and under planting. And Clint, tell us about what your intent is. Who is this you're standing by right now, and what's going on here?
This is a Torreya from mail order natives. It's the first one I've planted back here. I have 4 from mail order natives. I've got 4 groups of Torreyas going here. I'm going to put 1 tree from each of my seed sources in each cluster, hopefully to establish a seed-producing population up here with maximal genetic diversity. I'll also be putting Florida yew in back here and other shrubs native to northwest Florida around the Apalachicola area.
What are the 4 sources that you're going to have here?
Well, currently I've got mail order natives, which are from Lee, Florida, outside Madison.
And that Madison is where you documented the really tallest one that's still alive.
Right, it is. And my other source here is Blairsville seeds. I've got 4 of those back here. I have 4 Clinton trees that I'm going to put back here, 1 in each of my 4 groups. And I have 4 seed-grown trees from Medford, Oregon that I'm going to put back here, 1 in each group.
This is going to be terrific to have this diversity here, and this looks like a fabulous place. Protected from the wind, and with the height up here, getting a lot of seepage during the drought, which you can expect every now and then in this part of the country. And deciduous canopy, and south would be this direction here. So there are white pines up there, but down here it's all deciduous, and so even though there's been some cut out, we've got a really nice deciduous canopy here.
There were white pines down here, but they've all been removed. They were giant.
Yeah, and we've got an American holly right in front here, and there's some more. And this is the same mycorrhizal type as Torreya has.
And
oh!
Larger American holly upslope.
Oh yeah, a larger American holly up there. Yeah, oh, look at all the drainage from here too. This is really good. And I've been seeing bloodroot around here, and in fact, let me just go right here. There's some right here. Bloodroot right here. Oh my gosh, right in front here. This looks like a liriodendron right next to me.
It probably is.
Yeah, that's another same mycorrhizal as the Torreys. This is going to be so fabulous. Was this your idea, or Jack came with his chainsaw?
This was my idea, and Jack told me one day, I'm going to come over someday with the chainsaw and help you clear that. And I thought, yeah, sure you will. People are always promising, they're going to do things. But Jack actually showed up, spent 2 days here, and cleared this whole area by himself. He put me years ahead of my own game by doing that for me.
Yeah, this is great. So is this our last stop on our journey here?
Yes, unless you want to look at individual trees.
Nope, I think this will be it.
Okay.
This is terrific.
You get the idea. There's a group up there, there's a group up there, and there's another group somewhere else. But 1 tree from each of my seed sources.
Right.
And I may end up putting some cutting grown trees back here too from other sources that we don't have seeds for, like Columbus.
Yes.
Or Madison.
Yeah, because you can at least get some male pollen out of those trees.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the technical term now is subdioecious.
Yeah.
And it may be kind of like the fish where they start out male, maybe some start out female, but they'll put on some female branches too, which is what we established by A.J. Bullard with the Clinton tree and A.J. Bullard's own trees.
Dioecious is a cute term, but I still like gender confused.
Yes, good for you. All right, well, Clint Bancroft, it's March, 18th, something like that, 2019. This is pretty much exactly 4 years after the first baseline documentation, and you've done so much, and you got a lot of potted seedlings waiting for more love and a chance to go wild again.